Welcome to the channel, guys and girls. Thanks for coming by. One of the big mistakes about narcissism is when you think it's somebody that is totally lost the plot and is abusing you viciously, verbally, physically. These are all fruits of what possibly could be a manifestation of narcissism. I'm going to talk a little bit about how covert narcissism works in the lives of those that deliver it. Now, the hotter the fire, the quicker it burns. That's the love bomb stage. They come in hot, really, really hot. And to them, it's genuine desire. All the fruits are there to display that and reveal that. But as you see these people establishing themselves, they might arrange for you to meet them somewhere so that they can pick up something just to get the connection. They're very insecure underneath. They might get you to run them to pick up a car, or I've had them take me with them to buy cars, brand new cars. I'm thinking, I don't know if this person can afford this car. To buy cars or to appointments and things, and you hardly know these people. But what they're trying to do is get a bond between you and them that's going to make you feel close to them. One lady, she had something done, medically done, and I went and picked her up, and I hardly knew her. And I'm going, here we go again. But you try and do the right thing, you try and play the part. If you're aware of these things happening, then you can prevent yourself from being harmed and maimed later down the track. Because a lot of these people don't know that they're doing it. They don't know that this is, they're being misled by their desires. And this is how they get you to bond. Once they're happy that they're bonding, rather than just letting things go with the flow. A lot of these people are on the hamster wheel. They're just going to and fro on the road to nowhere, running around, chasing after things. You'll find a big problem with the covert female narcissist is they've become masculine. They've become masculine because they've had to. The men that they've had in their lives have let them down. The men that they've had in their lives have let themselves down. They don't function properly, they don't love properly, they don't teach these people how to love and enjoy themselves and relax. The woman has to take on the role of a man. So by the time you come along, these people aren't looking after themselves properly as women. They try and play a masculine role, and when you come along and you start identifying things, it can tread on their toes, but later when you're gone, they thank you for it, because nobody else tried to help the poor buggers. They're just left out trying to be a woman and having to play the role of a man in their lives. A lot of these people are drained by their children, financially drained, psychologically and emotionally drained, all in the name of love. But what they do is they get you to bond so that the sense of insecurity can escape them. They want to establish the relationship. And so the hotter they come in, and I've had a lot of these, the hotter they come in, the more that they're doing in the very initial stages of the relationship, not sexually, because they'll all have sex, but the other things that they're doing to manipulate their the bond between you, to establish themselves into your life. Some of the things that go on is absolutely bizarre, absolutely crazy. I've had a couple of them go through me cupboards, they're cooking and they're cleaning, and you stand there and you're going, can't we just get to know each other? And that's the way the love bomb phase manifests itself. They'll take you out to dinner, they'll buy you things, And I'm at the point now where I'm going to be saying, hang on a sec, do nothing, turn up, let's get to know each other, which you do anyway, but you've got all this other stuff going on. And these people are on the road to nowhere. Not one of them, not one that I know, and the body count's pretty big now, has been for a while, and it's rising as hard as I'm trying for it not to. Not one of these people have gone on after the relationship with me to find happiness. Not one. They just keep marching on like ants, marching on to the next thing, to the next thing. And then the ball bearings fly off. You're just sitting there going, oh, here we go, it's coming, it's going to come. They start dropping off, right? And you're teaching them to relax and slow down, and they can. 3 of them couldn't sleep. 1 had to drug itself to sleep. They take drugs and medications, and not all of them, but a lot of them. And you put them in an environment of peace and love and serenity and all the rest of it, and trying to love these people. Their mind can't stop. They're running away from things that they haven't resolved within. And all these things are happening underneath. If you're not discerning it, you're heading for a big, great big fall. So, oh my God. The part that really, I have to say, makes me stop and reflect, because it stirs you up, because you're trying to love and manage these people and you can't. You just can't. The part that really gets to me is I think they genuinely are trying to be something that they're not. And I've had these women come into my life, and they, and you start loving them and making love with them and all this other stuff. And as the hamster wheel starts to slow down, they don't know what to do. A lot of these women do not know how to manage give, take, care, share relationship. A lot of them will try and find ways to stay away because they don't know how to navigate a close, intimate relationship. And when you compare the initial start with all it's doing and all the, this is what I want and this is what I don't want, and I like this and I don't like that, and you're watching this play out, and you're saying to yourself, seen all this before, and you're just not getting to the heart of the person because you can't. Whatever's happened to them before you've come along, that's all been cut off and ruined. A lot of these women's femininity has just been so neglected, they've had to become masculine. What do you mean by masculine? Well, you can't get to their femininity. They've lost their femininity. You've got to tell them how to shave. I've had 3 that I've had to tell to shave their mows and shit like this, And as you are teaching them to become feminine again, like you're their mother, you've got to, play the role of a mother or father. Excuse me. Even though they're offended, they take all this stuff on board. And I'm sure some of them must think, oh God, I'll be able to use all this information in the future. A lot of them don't know how their bodies work. You tune in all that, and you've got them all settled down and all settled in, and you say to yourself, let's see how they're going to flip the script. Sure enough, something's going to come along and they're going to flip the script. And what they'll do, they'll flip a couple of pages and test you out. They'll shit test you. they'll start to, and you work in with them and you're going, right, the clock's ticking, the script's going to flip, and then it'll come. The script will flip. Oh, the adult children are this and that. The friends start interfering and telling them that the relationship's no good because of this. He's not, the interferers and the flying monkeys come in from the outside. And you're sitting there, I just sit there and watch now. Oh yeah. And eventually they sabotage the relationship. They flip the script. They're all in bed and everything at the start, nothing matters, anything's go. And then all of a sudden, things start to chop back. They try and condition you to their capabilities, which usually aren't satisfactory for a male like myself. So you're constantly trying to regulate these people, and you can't. You just got to wait until they detonate. That you see the D-value come in. Oh, my friends reckon this, or my daughter and don't like this about you and that and this, and you're just sitting there and you're going, I'm just trying to have a relationship. And so you watch the D-value come in from the flying monkeys and relatives, and you're all wonderful at the start. Thanks for this with mum. Oh, you were great for mum. Rah. The next thing, mum's, taking on more than she can chew, and the next thing, oh no. I've seen it so many times now. You're too strong for me. You're not enough for me. You let them go. You let them run. They'll run around going nowhere in circles. Woman being a male. And when you realise this, you can understand why it's so bent and twisted. Because they lose touch with themselves. I've had 3 tell me how wonderful and unique they are as they're going out the gate, as if you didn't know. They've just been your partner for 3 years or 2 years or 5 years or 18 months or whatever it is. And they're telling you about how wonderful they are as if you're ignorant. Oh, God. I've seen it enough now for you to have to be able to go with the love bomb, and as they start to disintegrate, and they don't like you talking about it because they know it's true, as they start to disintegrate and struggle, this guy's for real, this is just him, you've got to detach. So when they crash and burn, you're safe. You just say, okay then, you're not happy with this or that, there's the door, we'll cop you later. Away they go, crying and whatnot, trying to hold back the tears. And then they run to the friends and family, and all of a sudden, a couple of weeks later, the friends and family have left them, they're sitting there on their own, and they go, what? Hang on a sec, what happened? And they start to miss you. They start to miss you. And you've just got to say to yourself, well, I've got to push on. I've got to stay fit. I've got to stay strong. I can't change what's happened there. That's who that person really is. And they say that they know you. Or, don't you know me by now? Well, I know you now. I know you now. You weren't when you left what you were when you started. And they think you're stupid when you say it's going to take time. It's going to take time for us to get to know one another. How could you not know me by now? Well, we'll see. What do you mean? Well, now we know. And they're running around on the road to nowhere. The bearings have come off the hamster wheel 9 times out of 10. And a lot of the places and things that they do equal nothing. And it's all about for many of them, money, and they'll tell you money's not important, and all they seem to do is chase money. You know, you've got to protect yourself, ladies and gentlemen, from the men that do this, and you've got to protect yourself from the women that do this, because when they've gone, they are still functioning normal people in society. A lot of the women end up just staying on. I think only of 12, one went back to her first husband and has lived a miserable life ever since. She pulled up on a job I was at over at East Gosford here and stopped and said hello. She looked like absolute crap. She said she wasn't happy, and I said I wish you well, and couldn't get rid of her quick enough. But they'll take you down if they can't attack you, demasculinize you emotionally. They'll attack your masculine physical attributes and try and slow down your libido and tell you you're giving them, or you know, you want too much sex and all. It didn't matter at the start. You know, you've just got to describe it for what it is, and it's covert narcissism. They cannot stop the pattern of the narcissism. It will get them. Are they bad people? No. Do they hurt people? Yes. Do they hurt themselves? Yes. And the best information you can have is to realize the love bomb phase. And as that starts, once that's gone, it's all downhill from there. It just goes into devalue. The family members will start to attack you. The flying monkeys are going to attack you to break the relationship. She'll start to attack you, but not directly to you, with the friends and family. Oh, he's doing this, he doesn't do that, this and that. Or she, da-da-da. Before you know it, the relationship's over. What do? You detach. Go through the pain, heal, go through all the healing phases, the rumination will go. Gets easier as you can identify it more clearly. Stay fit and healthy, keep up with your sports and hobbies, get out in the garden and, you know, look after things, stay clean and just let them go. You never hear from them again, which you probably won't, because they'll be too embarrassed or too prideful. That tells you everything, doesn't it? You weren't as important as you thought. And never, ever, ever go back.